WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Jackson police now know the name of a victim in a gruesome weekend murder. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Allie Martin. The investigation began when a man's head was found on the front porch of a Jackson home. His body was found elsewhere, partially burned. Police have identified the victim as 30-year-old Jeremy Jerome Jackson. Chief Lee Vance says they've been working around the clock since Saturday to find the people who did this.
We've got more questions ourselves than we have answers.
Jackson Police Chief Lee Vance bluntly tells the media that they don't have all the answers.
Can't say yes, can't say no to that right now.
As far as what they do know, investigators are being very tight-lipped.
One might ask, well, why did you call a news conference? Well, I called a news conference so that y'all can tell our citizens that we've been in since this happened and we've developed a plan of action.
Exactly what that plan is, we don't know. We can tell you, though, that police are following up on several leads. Chief Vance says the case was disturbing and called in help from the feds.
We're able to bring to the table some of our technical abilities to help with processing of evidence, and we'll be able to do that as well.
The head was found Saturday at a home on Deer Park Street. A headless body, partially burned, was found the same day on Green Avenue near Grand Avenue. Investigators say they aren't ruling anything out at this point, but they can't say whether or not this is drug-related or associated with the missing persons report.
I'm sure that somebody out there has some information about one of these deaths. We are going to leave no stone, no leaf unturned until we find out who is responsible for these heinous crimes.
And police are working with the DA, the ATF, the FBI, and the U.S. Attorney's Office. Back here at home, a standoff with law enforcement ends with an arrest in Lowndes County. Sheriff Mike Arledge says 29-year-old Gregory Dion Dowd barricaded himself inside a home on Burns Circle about 11 this morning. Deputies were trying to serve a warrant for trafficking cocaine with the enhancement of carrying a firearm. The home reportedly belongs to Dowd's girlfriend. There were other family members inside the home and deputies arrived, but Dowd was not ready to go to jail.
When we come to serve it, he ran back in and barricaded himself in the house, then went up in the attic. After a little period of time, we backed out and waited, and then we decided to do several different police strategies to try to get him to come out.
Deputies used tear gas to force Dowd out of the house nearly 4 hours later. The sheriff says the suspect could be facing other charges after that standoff. A community still in shock today after two people are found dead in Webster County. Carl and Glenda Nichols died at their Clarkson Road home. They were found on Sunday. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is in charge of that case. Carl Nichols is a former pastor at a church near their home, and today we spoke to neighbors who say they're saddened by the deaths of the couple.
Brother Carl has been a mentor for me. He sat there and gave you the answer to whatever problem that you had in life. His wife, you can't ask for no better person than what she was. From the time she got up in the morning to the time they went to bed, she took care of it. They both loved each other.
An autopsy will be done to determine the causes of death. New at 10 tonight, Tupelo police looking for a suspect vehicle involved in a drive-by shooting this evening. It was around 6 o'clock when authorities say a drive-by shooting occurred near Hancock Park. Luckily, no one was injured. Witnesses reported hearing several shots. Police are looking for a charcoal gray Charger with a stripe. Now, if you have any information on this incident, call your local authorities. Tupelo police charge a man in connection with a shooting early Sunday at a Waffle House that sent two people to the hospital. 24-year-old Nicholas Pack faces an aggravated assault charge. One of the victims is in critical condition. Police say Pack turned himself in Sunday evening. There is no word on what sparked that shooting. Pack is expected to have his bond set tomorrow. Well, time to take a first look at our forecast. We turn now to meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith, it was hot today.
Ellie, indeed, we were in the upper 80s, low 90s. The heat index pushing the mid to upper 90s. Now we have some welcome relief in some lucky spots out here towards Montgomery County near Winona. You've been getting some pretty good showers and thunder showers. A lot of this is on the way out, but still a little bit of rain left in our area. A few other blips as well. But we had some pretty nice sunset pictures here. Check this cloud out from Clay County earlier this evening. And also in Lowndes County near Steen, some color right there with some of those dying showers and thunder showers. Now, what we had today, I think we're going to do tomorrow. Highs around 90 degrees, give or take. Scattered showers and storms may pop on up. More in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Keith. Well, Kilmichael and other Montgomery County residents hit by the April 30th tornado can now apply for Small Business Administration loans. Applications will open Wednesday for those wanting the low-interest assistance to help recover. Loans up to $200,000 are available to rebuild or replace buildings and homes, and $40,000 can be loaned to replace personal possessions. The Montgomery County Disaster Center will be located at Montgomery County Elementary School in Kilmichael. It opens from noon until 5 this Wednesday. It will then be available 10 till 7 weekdays and 10 till 2 on Saturday. The center will be open until June 22nd. The Mississippi State Department of Health is reorganizing the agency to save money. Currently, there are 9 health districts. Starting July 1st, the agency will have 3 regions. One of the regional offices will be in Tupelo. The others will be in Jackson and Biloxi. MSDH says the move will save $1.5 million in administrative costs. Retirements, resignations, and reassignments have reduced the overall workforce. The agency does not expect to lay off employees at county clinics and district offices. Starkville mayoral candidate Johnny Moore wants a new election and the courts to decide if that will happen. Moore's attorney, William Starks, claims there are more than 60 votes in question. There are claims of voting irregularities with how absentee ballots were accepted and rejected, along with who was allowed to cast a ballot. A hearing with the Democratic Executive Committee is set for tomorrow morning. Stark says a candidate only has 10 days to file a judicial review of election contest, which would be tomorrow. Moore doesn't believe there will be enough time to canvass the ballots in one day. Now, in an email sent to WCBI, Lynn Spruill's counsel, Joe Mazingo, says, in part, quote, "It is disappointing that the Moore campaign has felt the necessity to try its case in the press and seek to whip up emotions about matters not proven, rather than rely on the process and its results. Despite Mr. Moore's apparent abandonment of his contest before the committee, we will be there in the morning." End quote. Well, keeping with political news, for the first time in the town's history, Eupora voters have elected an African-American mayor. WCBI's Parker King spoke with the mayor-elect about his vision for that city.
After election results were certified Monday morning, Lamar Dumas is the mayor-elect of the city of Eupora. Dumas is honored by this historic win and sees this as an opportunity to bring his city closer.
We are a strong, united community anyway. Sometimes we're a little bit distant, but I think when time calls, we come together, and I think time is now that we are called to come together.
Though excited for the opportunity to serve as the mayor, Dumas is not taking any of this for granted and is ready to get straight to business.
I was somewhat excited about winning the election, but I understand that the winning election requires a lot of work, and so I think myself and the board of aldermen will come together, same as the community has come together, and we rallied to try to build better and greater things for the community.
Dumas is a lifelong resident of the city of Eupora, and during his term as mayor, there are some things he's seen over the years that he would like to see improved.
Definitely, our school system is a fairly good school system. We expect to work together to get it improved, and that way we can send our residents to work anywhere and they'll thrive wherever they go.
He also wants to restore and rehabilitate old buildings and bring jobs into the city. The goal? Attracting newcomers and keeping current residents at home.
It's things like this that we're going to try to make our community more desirable for the people that visit it and also those that inhabit it.
Dumas hopes to accomplish his plans with the help of the Board of Aldermen, the citizens, and also his faith.
I think his prayers go up, answers come down, and so we're going to be God-fearing and thrive forward in our community.
And congratulations to him. Dumas will be sworn into office on July the 1st.
It is a steamy night, 79 degrees in Columbus, winds from the south at 8 miles per hour. Look at those dew point values. The measure of the moisture in low 70s, and we're not going to get past low 70s tonight. Still 80 in Tupelo right now. You can see widespread 70s. Some of the spots like Winona, you're getting the rain right now, 69, but most of us 70s. We'll do it again tomorrow. More after the break.
Your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
It's great to see you on this Monday evening. This is our Alpha Insurance time lapse from Columbus, and you can see these showers and thunder showers marching on in from Alabama with the outflow boundary. They were producing this boundary. It kept propagating back to the northwest, and we still have a little bit of activity in our area. We'll go to radar in just a split second, but right now I want to show you some of the nice sunset pictures we got around the evening, around the area this evening. That view right there, and this is another one from the Columbus area as well. So some pretty nice ones out there. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, weather@wcbi.com is our email address. Now, speaking of what we have on radar right now, still some rain, some showers and thunder showers here northeast of Cedar Hill, northeastern Montgomery County, and these continue to move back to the northwest. So a little bit of welcome relief, but not a lot of that is going on across our area. But from Columbus, you can actually see some of that lightning on the distant horizon. But it's not going to last too much longer now that we've lost the daytime heating. This will go away. We'll flare up some additional activity tomorrow. Big-time storms erupting out here across the high plains. A tornado outbreak in Wyoming. Let's go to Cheyenne, Wyoming earlier today. And look at this thing. This is a big high plains tornado. You can see tornadoes for miles and miles out that way because there are very little trees. The ground is flat. Very impressive. And just an outbreak of tornadoes in Wyoming today. These little red dots illustrate where those tornadoes were reported. You can see this cluster down there near Cheyenne. So that's where the big active weather has been today. But we still have a little bit of rain out there right now. That will tend to go away shortly. 70 degrees as a forecast low average. And here's our planner tomorrow. 70s, then 80s, then around 90 degrees with a few pop-up showers and storms, much like what we had out there today. Upper 80s, low 90s across the board, warm and steamy. The heat index may be approaching the mid to possibly upper 90s if you hold on to that sun a little bit longer. So that's our future heat index tomorrow afternoon. Very, very warm. Stay cool, stay hydrated, protect yourself from that very powerful sun. And same story as we get into Wednesday, too. Just some spotty relief going forward. Not everyone's going to see a storm tomorrow. Not everyone's going to see a storm on Wednesday, but there's a slightly better opportunity for some more widespread activity. A 50% chance of rain on Thursday with that front coming on in. But as you can see, warm and steamy, upper 80s to low 90s for the next 7 days. A typical June weather pattern here. Overnight lows into the 70s and a daily chance of rain anywhere between about 30 and 50%. Allie?
Thank you much, Keith. Well, the MLB draft starts tonight. Will it leave a hole in the Diamond Dogs lineup? Robbie has details a little bit later in sports. Welcome back, everyone. Well, summer is here and the temperature is on the rise. For many of us, that means hitting the water to cool off. In tonight's Health Talk with Baptist, we take a look at a few things you should know before you drop the kids off at the pool.
How can pools be dangerous for your child? Hi, I'm Dr. Andrea Morris, pediatrician at Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle. Summer is a time for fun in the sun and enjoying the pool with family, but this can quickly turn into a trip to the emergency room if you're not diligent about protecting your child against some of the most common dangers that come with warmer weather. According to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, about 350 children under 5 drown in pools each year. Nationally, drowning is the leading cause of death for children under 5. By following some basic pool safety tips, your backyard pool can be a safe and pleasurable experience for children. Always supervise your children when they're in or around a swimming pool. They require constant monitoring without distraction. Secure your pool with a climb-resistant fence that is at least 4 feet tall and with a self-closing, self-latching gate without nearby furniture. Gate doors should open away from the pool. Door alarms are also helpful in addition to window guards and self-closing and latching doors to the house. New evidence supports that children between ages 1 and 4 may be less likely to drown if they had formal swimming instruction. Parents should assess for factors for swim readiness that include emotional, developmental, and physical ability. Finally, make sure everyone in your home knows how to respond to an aquatic emergency by knowing water rescue and first aid techniques and CPR. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist, when we will discuss what happens when your child gets too hot.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle.
Coming up, we recap Mississippi State's incredible run to a super regional. That's up next in sports.
Here's WCDI Sports with Robbie Donahoe.
In one season, Andy Cannizaro has taken Mississippi State to another level. With all the injuries and issues with the Bulldogs, MSU was just 2 wins away from making it to Omaha. So there's little doubt the Diamond Dogs will continue to rise even higher in the postseason in the future. And Cannizaro was grateful for the journey his team took him on in his first season in Starkville.
To be able to lead this group of guys into this ballpark was a really cool moment for myself and my family. You know, these guys laid it on the line every day, man. I honestly believe I have the greatest head coaching job in America at Mississippi State, and I love representing these guys sitting on this stage and everybody that's played at Mississippi State and every great head coach before me.
The guy sitting on my left, Coach Cannizaro, is the best college baseball coach in the country, and that's a statement that none of you should take lightly. He is the best college baseball coach in the country, and he's going to take the Mississippi State baseball program to places it's never been before. He's going to win the first national championship here, and he's going to win multiple national championships after that. I can't speak highly enough of the type of leader he is, of the type of man he is, and of the type of coach that he was to me and the rest of our team this year.
Hey, speaking of that guy, Brent Rooker, as it is every year, the Major League Baseball draft takes place Monday leading up to the College World Series, and what a night for MSU's Brent Rooker. A year after being taken in the 38th round, Rooker this year was taken in the first round, 35th overall, by the same team that took him last year, the Minnesota Twins. That is a 1,108-pick jump from one season. Remarkable. He becomes the 14th first-round pick in MSU history. Rooker's pick value near $2 million. That means he could sign a deal worth up to that amount with the Twins. And Rooker will potentially join up with Fulton, Mississippi's own Brian Dozier in Minnesota. By the way, 2 Ole Miss signees were drafted in the second round tonight, Caden Lemons and Stephen Jennings. MSU's had 2 of their signees drafted, Reynaldo Rivera and Quentin Holmes. So more than likely you're not going to see either of those guys come to Starkville or Oxford. So your College World Series, by the way, is all set starting this weekend. Look at all those national seeds. Not many upsets. The lowest seeded team that's there is Texas A&M. Florida A&M, LSU will all be there. So we have 3 of the 8 represented from the Southeastern Conference. Should be a great weekend of baseball up in Omaha. Well, with baseball season coming to an end, that means we're turning our attention to football. And yes, it's that time of year once again. High school football teams going through summer workouts as we speak in preparation for the first practice and game in August. And you know it's our time to prep for the end zone. The high school football tour awaits as 1 week from tonight, our annual 60 Schools in 60 Days High School Football Preview Extravaganza kicks off Monday, June 19th. We begin the tour as we preview the best high school football programs from our viewing area leading up to kickoff of the 2017 season on Friday, August 18th. The Gold Bowl awaits for our over 60 schools in the area. We can't wait to get it going. Our Jonathan Flippo and Tom Edwell have actually already been out around the area visiting a couple of our schools. So get pumped, get fired up. The tour starts Monday, June 19th. And it all starts off with Vardaman. We usually start with the Rams. Now, Vardaman's actually moving into 1A South this year, which seems strange, but with the way the divisions and everything and the geography lines up in Mississippi, that's how we have it this year. So, again, as we always do, we start with 1A teams. Natal Waiya French Camp, West Lowndes, Vardaman, all in the first 4 days. Then on the Friday, Noxapater, Saturday, Thrasher, Sunday, Hamilton. Again, this is just a partial list. This is just 7 of the 60-plus area schools that we are planning to feature. If you want to see the full tour list, find out when your school will be featured. It's on our Twitter page, at WCBI Endzone. It's also on our Facebook page. It's also online on our website at WCBI.com. So plenty of ways for you to find where your favorite school will be featured this year. So hard to believe high school football is just around the corner. And for those of you who sort of haven't jumped into high school football with 2 feet just yet, there's going to be a lot of big changes with not only with the schools and talent, but also with divisions this year. We're used to divisions staying pretty similar in the way they look, with which team's in, which team's out, and which classification. It's going to be changing a lot this year, and obviously we'll let you know, keep you updated on that throughout the next coming months. That's it for sports. Last look at your forecast is next.
Just a few showers left. One thunder shower out there in far northeastern parts of Montgomery County, southeastern Grenada County too, but that's it. It's on the way out. And then we have another opportunity for some rain tomorrow, Allie, and really for the next 7 days, too.
Very good. Well, it looks like the chances for rain, of course, it's going to be hot. It's June. That's what you can expect.
There you go.
All right. Thank you all.